Okay, just switch it that way because the button doesn't work when you're just filming video. Okay, yeah, I'm just documenting my life as a tramp today. No money, so I'm outside HMV. Okay, switch it, hang on. There we go. Right, okay. Now, I might be a tramp at the moment, but I'm going to get my life together again soon. Now, you see here, yep, 3 vinyl for 66. What I found online, okay, is a way to do vinyl and not pay any money. Now, the last vinyl, well, the only vinyl I've ever done was in 1991. And I had to pay for, I think the minimum was 350 copies, and then you got some extra and things, but I've still got a few left. I don't know how many, about 50 from that time. No, 30. Oh God, but no more than 30. But yeah, it used to cost an arm and a leg, and it still does if you do it under the normal processes. Yeah, which involve an acetate, and you have a posi, and I won't go into it all, but you end up with this metal disc which looks like an award or something. Yeah, then you have another metal plate from which that was like pressed, and then you use that and you get the audio glass mastered so that it doesn't jump, and then you actually produce the records. Now this new process is different. You can do them individually. It's a kind of digital thing, yeah, which is way cool. And the other thing is you can do them in ones and twos and threes. So that's drop shipped. Now it costs a fortune. All drop shipping costs a fortune. Yep. So it'll be like double what it says there and more. It comes from America. Luckily, Trump's tariffs don't apply. Okay. But you see what I can do if I just want to get things out there for the sake of it and not make any money. I can cut my profit, so I make nothing on it. You just pay the costs, yeah, and then that will be, for probably be something like £23-25 per record. What's the cost here? £23-25 per record. So you're paying the normal price for something per album, yep. So I mean, there's a lot of new stuff coming up soon, which has been shelved for ages for various different reasons. One of them being a tramp at the moment. I'm not actually, I'm in a homeless hostel right now, but I was in a tent, there you go, tent. But my tent was in a park, in a lay-by. So I wasn't kind of mixing with this kind of stuff generally. Before I go, I'll tell you a little bit about this place. It looks pretty pathetic at the moment compared to what it used to. It used to be quite a pretty place in recent times. I mean, this century. I remember it in the 1960s when there were taxis here and everything, because I'm old. But the thing is, yeah, it was actually good around about 2000, 2005, and kept going until the 2010s. And now it's a fucking mess. Yeah, I've just been feeding the pigeons and the seagulls. That's about the only thing there's left to do here. These used to be good. That was owned by some Scouse woman who, I don't know what she was in. Was she in Brookside or something? I don't know. But she's not there anymore. I can't remember her name, but she's a famous soap person. She used to own that, yeah. But it's changed name, changed ownership. There used to be a good pub on the corner there when I had my shop. Well, I had a shop at that point in Manchester, and I remember visiting my mum and dad on Christmas of 1997. Okay, the sister company shop was trading and selling much the same. I mean, it was selling sister company goods, of course, including vinyl tapes, but there were songbooks and things. Yep. So selling that stuff, but there was also loads of mini skirts. There was a fashion shop as well, and loads of unique gifts. Yeah. And you'll find that this place is mostly about, HMV is now about unique gifts, yeah. Pretty much the same kind of stock. I had trash art and things like that, which are like Heineken cans, made into models, and Coca-Cola things. I had lamps, It doesn't have that lot, but it's got the bottom end of it here. Things like cuddly toys, you know. I mean, my t-shirts that I was selling were different. They were like the new bought-in fashion there was Tiggy wear and things, so it was more expensive. But they're just doing t-shirts, still same principle. It's basically about your unique gifts, just making things move. You don't make money on records alone. You can't just sit there. I mean, HMV used to be just records, didn't it? Well, there are records, but there are at the very end of the shop there. Yep. Okay. So anyway, I'll tell you about that place. German doner kebab, that used to be called Cozy's. Okay. Now, until a few years ago, I can't tell you exactly how many. When I used to come and visit my dad, I would go in there for a drink sometimes. They give you free condoms at the bar. Okay. Free condoms. Something else. I can't remember what there was a couple of things in the package, yeah. And they just give you a wink. If you went downstairs to the cellar, nobody had any clothes on, and that would be because it was not a brothel. You didn't pay. It was just like an orgiastic kind of venue, and the bar staff used to join in as well. Yeah. So it was like a kind of just a free orgy. You just went down the steps. You went down to the bottom. There was loads of the stuff on the ceiling. You get sheets on the ceiling and things, and then the condoms were provided. They were quite thick condoms, but for safety's sake. But men and women, including bar staff, you know, and it was free. And it used to be called Cozy's. That's where it was. Yeah, so it's gone now. Obviously, it's. I don't know whether it moved to elsewhere. I don't think it did. I think it just died a death overnight. But yeah. It used to be an orgy place. That. So yeah, I used to go in there with my dad. That's Yates's. This is all dad visits. I was living in London. I was living in Ramsgate. I wasn't living here. You see, I left here in 1982. But I lived in various different cities. You know, Manchester. Ramsgate, well, it's out of town, isn't it? Sheffield, Paris, actually. I can't even remember where I've lived. But yeah, I'm here at the moment still because my unit is here, and it has been since I sold up and had money, which I don't have anymore. Going right back to when was that? 2019, yeah. So that's all gone, you know, that money's gone, and I'm going bankrupt again. Well, when I say bankrupt, I'm actually going, instead of going bankrupt, I'm getting a DRO if I'm lucky, but it's still the same thing. It's not really any different. It takes a year and then you'd have to pay anything back, but the conditions are stringent. You know, you can't spend anything on yourself. You get £75 a month for yourself. The rest of it is just covering your expenses, so you can earn fuck all for a year. That's your sacrifice, but it will write off, in this case, not the 30 grand which I lost in 2008, but it will probably, I don't know where it's going to be. It's between 10 and 13,000. It depends on how you look at it, really, and also when it happens. Complicated, not going to go into that. Okay, so this is Liverpool, in case you don't recognise it. Here we are, the pigeons I've just been feeding. There's a Wetherspoons down there. If I need a piss, I'll go there. Tramp behaviour, can't do anything about it. You know, you got to take take what you're given. I've done my best. Still injured. Still getting like kind of. I mean, I don't know whether I'll get any sick money from the government. I'm waiting on a decision there. But if I do, it'll make a huge difference. If I don't, I'll be really fucked because I've got less. Officially, I've got. When I say officially, I mean in practice, I've actually got less than £4 a day to live on. Maybe £3.50 at the moment. Now, and I'm drinking this stuff. Now, okay, it's cheap. It's 4 cans of this were £4.70. Yep, and I can get stuff even cheaper. I can get cider for £4. £2. Oh, I can't even remember what. I don't know. £2.29. £2.29 for 4 cans of 4.5% or 4.4%, I think. Not Aldi. The other one, Lidl per cider. But I can't buy any food. I've bought food. I've got chickens that I bought. They're in the homeless fridge. Well, I've got a mini bar in my room, so you get a little fridge in your room. So they're in there. I wouldn't put them in the communal one because they just get stolen. Don't put anything in the communal areas. Things just go missing. Everything. The kettles disappear. The toasters. Everything. Okay, gotta go. Yeah. See you later from Liverpool.